Hi everyone, Marcy Bullock with part 2 of Communicating with Confidence. So we're now moving into some more help on improving our confident communication skills. First of all, we've talked so much about the audience in part 1, and in this one I want to remind you to care about the audience and believe in them. They care what you know when they know that you care. Take a second to process that. Also, I want you to share. Share with them your knowledge, your insights, your viewpoint. You are the expert on this topic. You were chosen for a reason. But always continue to learn and seek truth and meaning. And when you're presenting, take some risks. Try some different things. I want you to be flexible with a speech. It just conjures up all kinds of reasons to fall asleep. So I use the AMA formula. We want it attention getting. I could start this with, did you know that the biggest fear of human beings is public speaking over sharks? That got my attention. You want it meaningful. So what I'm going to say to you needs to connect to you. It should benefit you in some way. And I want you to remember it, because if you don't remember what I say, then you can't act on it. That's the AMA formula. Follow up. Do not be afraid of feedback. Feedback is false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is, actually. Feedback's not that. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So when we're afraid of feedback, it's because we are feeling like we have to be perfect. We do not have to be perfect in public speaking. Look, I just made a mistake. I just said feedback is fear. I messed it up. Let's just roll with it. Let's be human. Let's realize that no one is perfect. We're all a work in progress. But with the feedback that we receive, we can improve for the next time. Always ask for an evaluation. This means that you are looking for a way to get better. As an instructor, I get teaching evaluations every semester. I look really carefully at what students have said, and then I try to make it better. I've been doing public speaking for a long time, so it comes really naturally for me. I studied communications when I was in college. I want to be, as a professional with years of experience or a brand new person coming out of college, open to constructive criticism. So think about your reaction to someone giving you something you need to do better. Do you get defensive? Because in the work world, you're going to get a lot of feedback from your boss. And your boss might say something to you. And if you do get defensive and you make excuses, oh yeah, I would have had that done, but such and such down the hall dropped the ball, then you're blaming. So in your public speaking, you might listen to the feedback and say, thank you for that feedback. Just like you would in a performance review on your job, you would say to your boss, thank you for that feedback. And then you can evaluate yourself and make a list of do's and don'ts for next time. So we're going to end our public speaking / communicating with confidence with a refocus metaphor. First of all, recognize. Recognize and remember why you were chosen to give this presentation. It was for a reason. We are our worst critics. Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves, and we need to remember to just give ourselves a little grace. The E in refocus is empower. Remember your strengths. You might have taken this strengths finder. What makes you a strong leader and an able person to share this message? Just feel the strength. Puff out your chest. What makes your shoulders broad? Yes. Focus. Visualize the students' increase skills and change behaviors or improve performance that are a direct result of your advising. Now, that could be if you were talking to students. Maybe you're presenting to the board of your company, maybe the CEO. Visualize the CEO and the board's increased skills and change behavior based on what you share that day. Organize. We got to take the time. That effort at the beginning will pay off for us. It is so worth it. Commit. Let's create specific measurable learning targets for anyone that is the student of ours in a presentation. What learning targets do we have? And then burden yourself. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be yourself. And you can surprise anyone with something that they might not expect. Now, our new reality in 2020 is a lot of virtual presentations. So I'm doing one right now. I told you about connecting to your audience. So I might even take my screen down and show you my assistant, which is Mojo. Mojo! Yeah, he's awake. He is alive. And this shows that I can relate and be a human person. In a virtual presentation, you can try some interactive things on Zoom as well. That's part 2 of communicating with confidence. So what is my activator? I told you I wanted you to have an activator, didn't I? I want you all to take a Post-it note. I'm looking to see if I have one here. I'll pretend like this is one. And I want you to write down the one thing you learned from this presentation that you are going to implement and put into action tomorrow. Put it on your fridge and do it.